tasks to try to label it in for that here's no positive examples. This is how you do it now. And so you need ways to make study more autonomous. So this is really what I'm is about. It should be coming out in a few months. Until September. And if you have a guest that you want to get into the field, and I'm speaking also with some people that are science or physics or something like that. And there are a lot of resources out there, there's a lot of code. I encourage people to go play with these libraries and play with the data, and we take this types of literature, videos, lectures, specifically out, so available online in chapters. So there's enough to get started for many people already, just at the time to do it. Water say horse with all men, and it will actually find that one image in a subset that includes, a picture of a horse with all men next to it. So basically, having ego, even more abstract things like people having fun, are things that you can try to retrieve. Now, not just from having it annotated, but if you just find on your desktop, or something that annotate all of your images, it will still find pictures of sort of more abstract concepts. All right. We don't, it's kind of hard to really analyze how well these work sentences, but sentences are quite subjective. So what we do instead is we can look at what standard benchmarks do on intent. And sure, most of you are familiar with intent, so T is not the standard for evaluating the performance of state systems. And here we have an example of what the system will do. When you give it different types of this supports the novel process, and our knowledge is now only we're now at the level that we'll at whichever one on the system last year, so we're trying to increase +5% accuracy in building our legal system that is also about faster than require as a computation and to execute large practice. And I think now though we're not the state of the art with the week ago, so if I do came out with a paper, it's a very large CPU cluster. You guys are around 94, so we're now second in the world. But unlike these large companies, we'll actually let you use technology and play around with it. In case you want to have your more working in a specific domain, you might want to use instead a specific classifier. So maybe you're in a food business and you want to have a food classifier. Well, we can very easily just throw our general system onto a specific data set like food, and then basically classify different food items and create a very large data set where we can classify all these different food items. But sometimes you might say, well, I don't want to go through this loop with you with an expert. I just want to be able to train it myself. And when I said deep learning for everybody, I feel like that is only true once anybody who knows how to drag and drop and use a web browser can use it. And that's essentially what was accomplished once we launched the company last month, which is an interface that is extremely easy to use and lets you basically create your own classifier. So what you see here is our interface. So let's say, for instance, my classifier didn't really support various types of cookies. They only had a general cookie classifier, and I want to distinguish between something that cookies and no cookies. So I just give it a name. I can make the data set and or classifier private, so I don't have to share it with everybody. And now I can just go and look at just a couple of images here. Maybe 5 chocolate chip cookies. I take them, I drag and drop them into the browser. I say these are chocolate chip. They're getting uploaded. Then I take a couple of racing cookies. I mark those. Drag and drop them into the browser. Name this the racing category. And now I just press upload and train. And basically, a couple of seconds later, I now have my own deep learning classifier. So literally, in the last 5 seconds, we can train our own deep learning image classifier. And you can now use code for learning that, or you can again just take some images and drag and drop them into the browser, and then have it classified. And the first time you might load the classifier in RAM, and then just after you want it, to use it for a while, it will basically be loaded for RAM, and then just a few seconds of computation time. So here we see basically chocolate chip was correctly classified, and we can look at there was no cookie. And drag and drop that in here too. So of course, when you actually have very large data sets, you might not want to drag and drop all of those into the browser. And so what we also will support that you launch, here we go, reason. Next week we'll actually launch an API that will then allow you to programmatically upload thousands and tens of thousands of images into to our system and train classifiers that way. Here's a very simple line of code that you basically just say, use that API key. Okay, I have some classification problem. Here's my classification data. Takes the type of system back to things. So if you prefer text, also just drag and drop text files into the browser and classify that way. Now you can add samples in a variety of ways. You can drop off links. You can have zip file. You can look at folder structure inside on the computer, or you can just send in a couple of URLs that are online. Say what kind of model you have, classification model, and you just say and then everything, and it's all there is to do. So basically, in 5 minutes, anybody here could train their own classifier. All you need to do is hit this all minimize, and then you run the script that I just showed you. You had to log in for the website before, so it knows your key. And now, basically, just after a few seconds, you can classify and have the training production ready system that will classify anything you want and you really care about. And what I find exciting is that this has already launched last month, and I have to make sure to launch out and I'll show you all the price classifiers. So just log out to the And now, what's exciting is to see what people are actually doing with this classifier, all the use cases that come out, and what really happens when you give deep learning technology in the hands of literally everybody else, people who can program. So we have here some patent classifications of images data versus something written in a patent. We have fine-count samples. We have malaria blood samples versus non-malaria blood samples that people classify. This is pretty well, of course. You can see expect 100% accuracy for all the different problems. We have people saying patent classifiers for different types of sorts, and there's no data set that I would know of that would have 5 or 6 different types of sorts in it. You can now take this system and basically go through all images by find specific brands, and if you are familiar with computer matrix, basically one that I have here would be very large, and despite only having had 2,000 images for 38 different classes, so the computer matrix is still quite working very well. So it's very good performance. Alright, with that, I want to conclude. Basically, it's to minimize our business with the state of the art in AI. I think deep learning is the way to do that, and then also make it broadly applicable. Thanks a lot. about the particle theory community. And it's interesting that in marked contrast when 10 years later, when Stephen came along and said, we don't want to compute amplitudes, we only want to compute probabilities, the world went up more and said that's completely outrageous, even though the same words had been accepted 10 years earlier in quantum electrical dynamics. Now, these reasons for saying that you only want to compute probabilities and not amplitudes sound rather different. But I hope by the end of the talk, I'm going to circle around very quick, but I hope by the end of the talk that you're going to see that they may actually be practically the same thing. So we've been discussing new ways of thinking about infrared structure in gauge theory gravity. And so a natural question is, do any future developments shed any light on this whole problem of infrared divergences in quantum electrodynamics and in quantum chromodynamics? And obviously the answer is yes, I'm going to be talking about it. And there's something to be a compendium of different results of different papers, but the main collaborators are Dan Tatus, Steve Hawking, Mario, and Sasha Shibuya. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about, give a discussion of infrared divergences in QED, which has a parallel in quantum gravity, and I'm going to rederive some rather, I'm going to come to some conclusion about how to deal with infrared divergences, which looks sort of amazing and new and remarkable, except that it was only discovered 7 years ago by David Kulish. And so I'm just going to give a rather different way of thinking about some very old work and tying this all together. But I think a more physical way of thinking about it, and the physical way of thinking about it is going to motivate three conjectures, which I'll make. One on quantum electrodynamics, one on non-abelian gauge theory, and one on black hole information. So let me give here a lightning overview of some of the recent discussions in quantum electrodynamics. Now, you're all familiar with the statement that in a abelian gauge theory, the global charge is always conserved. The sum of the incoming charges is equal to the sum of the outgoing charges. But it has been more recently understood that this is only one in an infinite family of conserved charges. And let me describe what these conserved charges are. And this is going to be a quick review of something which sometimes we hold lectures on. So here's a picture of Minkowski space. In the future, at null infinity, we'll use retarded time u, advanced time at past null infinity v, and the celestial sphere at null infinity, we'll use the coordinates z and z bar, and here is square plus, where light rays go to, square minus, where they come from, and we'll also be interested in the past of square plus, which is not square plus minus, and that has to be carefully distinguished from the future of square minus, which we'll call square minus plus. And the statement is that if we look at the radial component of the electric field on the sphere at the bottom of square plus, that is equal to, antiqually, it's not equal to the same way, it's antiqually equal to the radial component of the electric field at the future of square minus. And that can be thought of really as a boundary condition which defines the scattering problem, which defines the scattering problem in Minkowski space. And the technical business, I thought it was funny, I'm not going to have a long discussion on it now, but it's implicit in every problem we guess and in every quantum field theory computation. It would not be a Lorentz invariant without this anticipatal identification. And which undoubtedly in some form known to Maxwell and Meredith and Vika. Now this looks a little bit trivial, but it suddenly starts to look, this by the way is one identity for every point on the sphere. And it's a conservation law. It's an incoming thing that equals an outgoing thing in any scattered process. It starts to look more non-trivial if we integrate by parts and along a null generator square plus, and then we can write this charge and use the constraints to integrate by parts. We can write it as the integral along generator square plus of the divergence of the radiative component of the electromagnetic field plus whatever hard charge is, like we can imagine here that we could have massive charged particles which go through square plus. And in fact, in all of this talk, just to simplify things, I'm going to assume that all charges go through square plus. We can also consider massive particles that go through timeline infinity, but there's a very beautiful story there, but it's substantially right to the discussion. So I'm just going to talk about charges going through null infinity. Now, the so-called soft charge, if we work in a u equals 0 gauge, is a total u derivative, and it's related to the shift in AZ, which, if space is flat, its electromagnetic field vanishes in the far past and far future. This soft charge measures the shift in the flat connection of the sphere of infinity, and these in turn label degenerate, the infinity of degenerate vacuum in abelian gauge theory. So this soft charge is related to the shift in degenerate vacuum, which is the electromagnetic analog of the memory effect that we just heard Gary describing a few minutes ago. And there's a similar story on square minus. And the statement that q plus equals q minus is not only true in classical electromagnetism, but it's an exact statement in any quantum theory with an abelian gauge symmetry, and it's known as the soft photon theory of geometry. Okay, so that's a lightning review of that. Now let's apply our knowledge of this conservation law, and let's apply it to something insanely simple, which is Ipama scattering e plus e minus goes to e plus e minus. This is another H there. Now, we can't just have electrons, again I'm making the massless, and positrons going to infinity, because we have to solve the Maxwell constraint equations. And we're assuming that there are no incoming radiative modes, no photons. So here I've written the constraint equation on square plus. And there's no incoming radiative modes, so I'm setting these modes to 0. And so the constraint equation tells me that the u derivative of the radial component of the electric field on square plus must equal the flux of the charge current through square plus. So now if we set the fields, the Coulomb field to 0 up here and down here, and we integrate, we'll find that we'll get some non-zero radial electric field here and here. And similarly, setting 0 here, we'll get non-zero here and here, but they will not antiqually match, unless the scattering is trivial. If the scattering is trivial, the forward scattering antiqually match, and everything is okay. And so since they don't obey this matching condition, Raman scattering is identically 0. The quantum amplitude to scatter an electron or positron and get out an electron or positron is identically 0. That is implied by this conservation law. Now, in fact, this result has been known for a long time, but it's stated in a rather different way. And here's how it's usually stated. you start out, you do some computation, but then you have to have these diagrams where you exchange photons between external lanes. And these diagrams have infrared divergences in them. And they're become infrared divergence when the energy of this photon becomes very low. And in quantum field theory, anything with very low or zero energy is soft. So when this photon becomes soft, this loop integral with the momentum over here diverges. And this diagram is actually infinite. But that's not the end of the story. There's a next diagram, which is fairly squared. And this has been analyzed in a very rigorous way. That's what the Hershey number famously proved. One of the things that famously proved. And you add the whole thing up, and you get e to the minus infinity, which is zero. So what I want to say here is that infrared divergences is just the penalty that quantum field theory extracts on us if we try to compute something whose amplitude, if we try to compute something that is violating the conservation law. So I would say there are no real infrared divergences in quantum electrodynamics. They are just there to set things to zero that we shouldn't, when we try to compute something we should have been computing in the first place. Now, it's not very impressive to say, okay, zero, we want to compute something non-zero. We know something is non-zero, so what could be non-zero? So the problem was that we had these Coulomb fields that were going down to the bottom of square minus and the top of square plus, and they weren't matching. So let's shield them. And in fact, let's solve the constraint equation not using the Coulomb field at all, but let's solve it using a radiative piece. Of course, there are many things you can do in between. You can have some Coulomb piece and some radiative piece, but I'm discussing the other extreme, where there's only a radiative piece. So the radiative solution of this equation, I'm imagining that I have a particle that comes out this square plus every time I use zero, and the point z0 on the sphere. I can solve this equation for the radiative field Az, and a number of interesting features of it. One is, eccentric u equals u0. It's pure gauge. And it has a step function in it. So it's a shift. It's a different pure gauge. It's plus infinity, but it's minus infinity. That's the vacuum shift I was talking about. And moreover, if we take its Fourier transform in retarded time, we get a pole. We get a soft pole as omega goes to zero. Now, we can also, this is a classical solution of the constraint equation, but we can also make a direct coherent state, which is annihilated by the constraint equation without adding a Coulomb piece, promoted through operators. And what we've done here is shielded the Coulomb field. Now, of course, we can't shield the zero mode of the Coulomb field with photons. We've got e plus e minus here, so the net charge is zero. And when the net charge is zero, there are long range 1 over r squared terms, and they're not spherically symmetric. And what we would be doing here is shielding, so since the whole state is neutral, we can't shield the entire Coulomb field, and then the matching condition is trivially satisfied. And since the matching condition is trivially satisfied, there's no reason the amplitude should vanish. And indeed, it's known that the scattering of these stress states that I just wrote down is in fact infrared finite. This was shown in a way that is rather hard to see this equivalent to what I just said, because the language that is used, the 1970 and so on, I'm not talking about the language that's used, is very different. But today, of course, we wrote down some stress states that have the property that the long-range Coulomb field is shielded, and showed, and the proof was described over here, and there's also shocking people, they showed that scattering amplitudes of these states are infrared finite. And what happens is this exchange, every particle now is surrounded by a Coulomb cloud, and the exchange diagram between external charge particles is infinite. It cancels by exchange diagram in which the external light changes the soft photon with the cloud of the same particle. And that cancellation is possible because this cloud has an explicit pole as omega goes to zero. Okay, so there are these obscure but somewhat studied infrared finite scattering states, and what we've constructed is equivalent to those, so we don't have to do a lot of hard work to show that this gives us something which is infrared finite. Now, one thing I want to say here is that these clouds really they don't really surround the asymptotic particle. Indeed, it's a massive particle like an electron that will go to time-like infinity, whereas the soft photons will disperse out to null infinity. Okay, so what I've done is just recovered from a modern viewpoint a way of thinking about infrared divergences and thinking about how you actually can have an estimator in quantum electrodynamics, despite the appearances of infrared divergences in intermediate stages of the calculation. Now let me go on to the conjectures. So, Fedaya-Coolidge states are not all states are Fedaya-Coolidge states. And in fact, Fedaya-Coolidge states are highly unphysical. When we do an experiment at the LHC, we did not scatter Fedaya-Coolidge states. In order to do that, every time we set a pair of photons, we would have to follow it up by a cloud of radiative photons whose distribution is tuned in just such a way as to cancel the long-range Coulomb field. Obviously, we never do that. So, however, so the conjecture is that you can move the cloud from the incoming state, the soft cloud, from the incoming state to the outgoing state. And one can show, I won't go through the discussion, if you move the cloud in the right way, that this cancellation of infinities and diagrams still occurs. And indeed, if we move all the clouds to the final state, then they have a very natural interpretation. It's just the soft particles. We take a bunch of unaddressed charged particles and scatter them, and there's a bunch of soft particles that the conservation law forces us to produce in the scattering process. And we actually, this conjecture is actually rather easy to verify for the leading infrared divergences to get into the details of the multi-loop diagrams and make sure that the divergence diagram will be some work. But I think that should be doable. Okay, what about non-Ewing gauge theory? Non-Ewing gauge theory, there is no analog of the Fedaya-Coolidge proposal. The intricacies of the non-Abelian structure in non-Abelian William J. Sherry have the Coolidge arrived at this state in a way that it sounds extremely indirect, and it was too hard to follow their steps for the non-viewing case, despite many efforts to do it. So the status now is that there is no proposal for construction of an S matrix for non-viewing gauge theory, and this is an important problem because there's a conference which I'm going to next week called the Amplitudes, and people studying scaling amplitudes for non-viewing gauge theory. There's no proposal for how they might exist because of these infrared divergences. So the conjecture is that as long as you satisfy the conservation law that for the incoming and outgoing states, that the infrared divergences will cancel. Now, gravity, it turns out, is simpler than non-viewing gauge theory as far as the structure of infrared divergences, and then what they claim in the last few years that an analog of the Coolidge construction indeed exists for gravity. Okay. So now let me move on to the third conjecture for black hole information. So let's imagine that we make a black hole, collapse in some classical manner, it forms and evaporates, and it evaporates at the Hawking temperature, 1 over 8 pi dm, and the number distribution of the quanta of energy omega, a Boltzmann distribution, omega squared over this factor. And this distribution goes to 0 as omega goes to 0, simply doesn't have a pole. So this distribution, we can think of these all as hard quanta. We aren't producing copious numbers of soft quanta, and they're hard where the hard energy scale is 1 over the length of the radius of the black hole. Now, Hawking proposed in 1975 that this in state coming in here will evolve to a mixed state, which where we have a sum over all hard states. I don't want to get too much detail about what these are, but they're essentially the states that you would get from a black body radiating at this temperature for some time until it disappears, and with some probabilities that are essentially thermal probability distribution functions. Now, information to be, I want unitarity, I want information to be preserved, and so I'm going to conjecture that instead what happens is the in state goes to some pure out state, where the C alphas will depend on the details of the experiment, and the H alphas are some typical element of a hard state consisting of hard quanta that appears in the probabilistic calculation, the scheme. And moreover, the quantum parity, and we heard a little bit about this in this book, the quantum parity is restored if we were to look at such an evaporation process by correlations between the hard quanta which emerge at early times and the hard quanta which emerge at late times. For the first half of the evaporation process, everything was thermal. In the second half, the quanta which come out somehow know about the quanta that came in, and the whole thing is a pure state. This is impossible. It's impossible for the same reason that this can't happen because it violates the conservation law. It's impossible for the same reason E plus E minus now scared to E plus E minus. We must have some quanta produced in any kind of evaporation process like this. So I'm going to propose an alternative to take this conjecture in which the in state goes into an out state where we have also this hard, which is some 5 states where every hard state is appropriately dressed with some soft quanta. So Don didn't give any prescription or algorithm for how you compute these seeds. He didn't say firewall or whatever. He just says there should be some mechanism so that it's happening. And similarly, I'm not proposing any prescription here. I'm just putting this forth as an alternative to what Paige was saying. And now I'm making a second conjecture that the soft states are orthogonal. That is, that the soft state associated with any hard state is unique. And if you do that, if you look at an inclusive cross-section, if a detector that can't observe the soft quanta, you must trace over the soft state. And then you get back exactly the Hawking formula if this C alpha is equal to the square root of Stevens rho alpha up to a phase. So in this correlation, so in this conjecture, a person equipped with a detector that cannot see the soft quanta will think that Stevens got it exactly right. And in order to see that there is a unitary evaporation process, one will need to measure the soft quanta. So this is a kind of minimal deviation, which is consistent with unitarity, but is very close to what Stephen was originally proposing. And the quantum parity here is restored not by late and early hard quanta, but by hard quanta and soft quanta. Now, could it be true that these S's are orthogonal? I think I won't go through the argument here. I won't go through the details of this argument, but I looked at it in a theory of in which all the initial and final quanta are gravitons, and using supertranslation charge conservation, which is so in electromagnetism we have all these charge conservation laws from the matching of the radial component of the electric field. In gravity, we have analogous infinity of